H0 moins 1 minute.
We are into the final 60 seconds. Before Vega's maiden launch, the VIPs and the invited guests here in Jupiter are beginning to make their way out on the two terraces on either side. There's a wonderful view of the launch pad from here. Countdown proceeding smoothly. Excitement here has been high all week. It's another one of those moments right now as all eyes on the computer screens and all ears at the telephones as we approach liftoff. We're going to cut away and let you hear the DDO. She'll call out the final countdown numbers. Enjoy the launch. We'll be back after Vega has cleared the tower.
À tous de DDO, attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage premier étage, décollage. La trajectoire est normale.
Boy, did she go up in a hurry. Did you see that? Vega lifting off like a streak from the pad here, unlike Ariane 5, which takes her time. The DDO is saying everything is normal up there. 137 tons at liftoff. Ariane 5 weighs over 6 times that much. But these are pictures that are going to go around the world, the maiden voyage. Vega's first 3 stages rising rapidly, and boy, you saw that in 5 minutes. The first stage will separate in about 30 seconds.
La propulsion du premier étage est normale.
Propulsion is normal. The second stage will separate in about 3.5 minutes. The third stage ignites shortly thereafter, and the third stage separates in about just under 6 minutes. We're doing fine up there. Take a look at the left-hand side of your screen. On the upper left, the cursor crawling up the curve, there are actually 2 lines. There's the optimal trajectory and the real-time trajectory, as long as one is superimposed on the other. We're right where we should be. On the lower left, the 2 lines, A is the altitude, climbing up to 57 kilometers, V, velocity, our speed, 174.
Séparation du premier étage.
There's the separation of the first stage.
Allumage du deuxième étage.
Right on time, and the ignition of the second stage. First stage burned perfectly, jettisoned at about 61 kilometers up. The motor called the P80 FW. P80 produced in Colleferro near Rome. We'll have a film on that.
La trajectoire est normale.
Coming up. Everything is fine on board. The P80, the first stage, has something new. The thrust vector control system is using electromechanical actuation for the first time ever on a launcher's first stage instead of a hydraulic system. The actuator is a bar that controls the first stage nozzle orienting the thrust upon command from the computer, onboard computer, sort of like the steering wheel.
La trajectoire est normale.
The advantages is it's lighter, easier to integrate, and cheaper. A world first for a motor of that size. We're in the second stage burn. Weighs 25 tons, 23 are fuel. Both the Zefiro stages, the third and the second stage, produced by Avio. They're loaded with solid propellant before being shipped here to the spaceport. Not very different than what's done for Ariane 5. Both stages, based on a Zefiro solid propellant motors already developed by Avio. There's the separation of the second stage. Our speed now 3.8 kilometers per second, as you can see on the left. We are right where we should be. Third stage, 4 meters long. It's Vega's smallest solid propellant motor, but it has the longest burn time. The longest burn time, over 2 minutes. Weighs 12 tons, 10 are fuel. We're approaching the fairing jettison. You'll see the 2 halves of the fairing, there they are, right on time, being separated, revealing to the elements, the satellites. Fairing protects, of course,
Séparation de la coiffe.
the payload from the shocks during Vega's ascent through the atmosphere, and once we leave the Earth's atmosphere, we don't need the fairing anymore. There's Lares. You see the ball with the mirrors right in the middle.
La trajectoire est
The
normale.
black and blue box on the left is Almasat, and the other CubeSats around it on the platform.
Acquisition de la télémesure lanceur par la station navale Ariane.
DDO has just called out, we've been picked up by our first downrange tracking station. That's on a boat out in the Atlantic. We'll have a film telling us all about the new facilities, including the new tracking stations that have come to the base because of Vega.
Le pilotage est calme.
See, we're burning the third stage, and on top of the third stage is the Avum. That's the fourth stage. That's just under the fairing platform there.